Welcome back to California Gardener. Now if you have tomatoes planted, you may be wondering, when is the best time to put a trellis or cage around my tomato plant? Well, before they do this, here's a couple tomato plants that have fallen over because they get too heavy. They've been growing so fast I haven't even had time to put up the trellis. So that's okay, they're still alive and we can put a trellis on. So stick with me and watch how I put a galvanized fence up against these tomatoes to hold them up against the wall, and then they kind of grow into the galvanized fence. It works really good as a trellis if you're growing tomatoes up against a wall. So stick with us, I'll show you how to do that. Show how you rectify this problem. Okay, so here I have a piece of galvanized gate or fencing. All I'm going to do is stick a piece of this garden stake through one of the holes and then back out at the bottom to give it a little bit of a curve. I'm going to pick up these plants that have fallen over here that I showed you earlier. It's a little tricky. Pick them up. I'll pick up this bigger one. Do it gently so that the stems don't break. Once you have them situated up, move your trellis into place where you want it. And you can see it holds those plants in place very well. Gonna move it up a little ways here. Hold it in place with your foot. And then shove the stakes into the ground a little ways. Once your stakes are shoved into the ground, like that. Once you have the trellis in place, you can actually thread some of the tomato leaves through so it supports the tomato. I just pull them through gently, and then you can actually train the tomato on the trellis so that it'll grow up the trellis just like that. The stakes hold it a little bit off the wall so the tomatoes have room to grow up, and they'll stick their leaves through these holes in the trellis so that it supports themselves better, so that they can actually grow well and not fall over like you saw them do earlier. Okay? So stake your tomatoes earlier, put trellises on them, put the cages, whatever. Don't wait too long or else they might fall over and it can risk breaking a stem, which is not good. You'll actually lose the tomato. So that's it. Good luck staking your tomatoes. Welcome back to California Gardener. So this is a squash update. It's been a few weeks now since we planted these squash from seed. They all are planted about, 12 inches apart. In this landscaping fabric I have down. It's keeping the soil nice and moist below. There's a little bit of weed growth below, but for the most part looks great to me.